Hi, Shannon here. I just got done talking with a pair of canine brothers. One of the dogs just transitioned to spirit, and the other dog and their human have been left feeling a little bereft, kind of lost and confused, like, who are we supposed to be to one another? What are we supposed to do? And the younger dog feeling very much like, do I need to try to be my older brother? Do I need to try to fill his pause? Do I need to try to replace him in your heart? And this is such a common misunderstanding that can crop up when a member of our pack, a member of our interspecies family, has left their physical body and has transitioned to spirit. And there are several things we can do to recalibrate the energy of the interspecies family. One of the things that we just looked at was recognizing that just because one member's physical body is gone doesn't mean that their energy, that their heart, that their soul presence has also disappeared. Allowing for that re-establishment that no, we're all still together. It's just one of us doesn't have a 3D body right now, and that's okay. The love is still there. The relationship is still there. The bond is still there. Body optional. Number two, there needs to be an acknowledgement of where the rest of the pack or the rest of the family is in their grief process. This is what I call the grief firestorm. When our physical body starts to flood chemicals, hormones, adrenaline, cortisol throughout our body, and this can cause us to get stuck in sympathetic nervous system mode. There's a specific protocol that I offer to my pet parent clients to get unstuck, to move back into parasympathetic nervous system mode, to continue the actual grieving that needs to be done, and move forward in life to next steps in the inevitable evolution and deepening of the bond with every member of the family that can happen at that point. The other piece is, does the remaining pet, the younger brother dog in this case, do they need some energetic release work so they can get unstuck, as well as clearing up confusion about, you know what, no, you're not meant to step into somebody else's paws. You are perfect and pure exactly the way that you are. You're needed and wanted exactly the way that you are. And releasing some of that trauma, especially in this particular case where we see a mirroring aspect where the human is stuck in grief and the dog is mirroring to them where they've gotten stuck in the grief process. We also need to acknowledge that each member of the pack who's remaining in a physical form is also grieving, and grieving in their own way, as well as grieving as a family unit. So doing some energetic release work, some Reiki, some emotional freedom techniques, some tapping. These are all tools in my toolkit as an animal communicator. Grounding, using the Schumann resonance, the Earth's magnetic frequency to ground us. So often when we're grieving, there's a part of us that tries to go with our pet who's transitioned to spirit. In this case, the pet parent was telling me, I feel like there's a hole in my heart. I feel like there's a part of me that's missing. That's the part of her that tried to go with her dog into the spirit space. And while we're embodied, we're meant to be here, learning the lessons that we're here to learn, that we signed up to learn, having the experiences that will awaken our soul and allow us to grow. So when a part of us dissociates energetically and tries to go with our love who's transitioned back to spirit, it can create this feeling of there's a hole in my heart and nothing here on this earth 3D plane can fill it. There are two reasons for that. One, it's because we have misunderstood the nature of the grief firestorm in our grieving process, and we're trying to ease our grief in a way that's not available to us right now. Two, we need to reestablish the energetic bond. Again, going back to, just because my pet is in spirit and there is no longer a physical 3D body to relate to, that doesn't mean that the bond is gone. It doesn't mean that the love is gone. The love is still there. The relationship is still there, body optional. Then we also have to take a look at, what if our pet in spirit would like to reincarnate? That's actually what came up today during the conversation. The younger dog asked, Mom, should we invite older brother to come back to us? So that's an exciting new question that we can explore, but we can only explore it safely once we've acknowledged the grief, released any stuck energy relating to the trauma of the loss, and reconnected the bond at the energetic level. So if you're in any phase of the grief firestorm process, if you've lost a pet who's transitioned to spirit, you're feeling stuck, if you have other animals in your family and you're seeing signs of disengagement, withdrawal, depression, reach out. I can help.